Here comes the money. You're now listening to the Gambling with Gold podcast with Jason Gold. Presented by Champions Round.
Hello and welcome to the Gambling with Gold podcast. My name is Jason Gold, and as always, I am joined by my buddy from the Action Network, Dan Titus. Dan, we're in week 15. Everybody's got COVID. How we feeling?
I'm blessed I don't have COVID at this rate, man. Damn, this was a hell of a day for football. Right before the fantasy playoffs, man, we have literally every team going into protocols, what seems like by the hour. So, man, this one's going to be ugly. I don't even know where to start here. But I will say, how did you do fantasy football-wise this year? Redraft, dynasty, best ball? How was your outcome?
Let's see. I'm embarrassed to say how many leagues I'm in. About half of home leagues.
That's part of the grossness that brings us together here. So let her rip.
Yeah, I think that I'm in 11 home leagues. I made playoffs in 6 of them. I'm in 2 big dynasty leagues. We made the playoff in one of them. One of them we're kind of in a full rebuild. FSGA, we tanked. We suck. We also draft that one in June. Our first pick was Cam Akers, so we were dead. Scott Fishbowl, we got a bye, so we're still rocking and rolling there. We'll see. It's a bit of a mixed bag. This week's going to be really interesting. I am very sad for everybody that COVID is basically just going to ruin these playoffs. People are going to win leagues just based on that. So good luck to all of you out there with that. How about yourself? How you doing?
Yeah, I finished 3 out of 6 in the playoffs for redraft, 11 out of 13 for dynasty. So I think I was telling
13 dynasty leagues. Oh boy.
Yeah. DGen, bro. When it's the off season, man, I just get after that drafting.
I love it. I love it so much.
But I was telling somebody, it was like, man, I think it kind of doing so many dynasties, I think kind of skewed my redraft strategy. I was going for all these second year breakouts where, man, I gotta go back to the drawing board here, maybe cool out on the dynasty and get back to it with the redraft. But man, I got quite a few bye weeks out of that. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can get through week 15 and hopefully play for some money here.
All right. Everyone out there, good luck with all your fantasy playoffs. Should be an exciting one, even if COVID's going to ruin it a little bit. All right. Week 15 lines are out. As we mentioned, these lines are going to change a lot. So maybe you want to get some bets in now. Maybe there's some value now. We'll go through every game. Before we do that, a couple of Champions Round things. We have a mystery box giveaway. All you have to do is join our private Boost Ball League, create one up to 6 players. DM us with confirmation once that fills, and you are automatically eligible. That is for a couple of running back signed items. Those are awesome. I promise you will not be disappointed by that mystery box. We also have 3 7 stakes contests going on. You can check those. Go to our IG for more information on those giveaways. But it's for the Patriots Colts game on Saturday, Baltimore Packers on Sunday, and Minnesota Chicago on Monday. We promise we have sick giveaways. We have not failed any of you guys with our sick giveaways this year. The hits just keep on rolling. We're going to go through the Super Bowl with this, and then we're going to turn around. We got NBA stuff. Wait for that. And then we get to the draft, even more cool stuff. So keep it rocking with Champions Round. I promise you, you will get some free stuff. All right. Let's start with Thursday Night Football, a line that has already changed a lot and for surprising reasons. So this line looked like it was opening at 3, went to 4. Now it's at 2.5. Chiefs minus 2.5 at the Chargers at SoFi Stadium in LA, over under 52. Right now, in terms of the bet percentage, 76% of the money and 76% of the bets, 48% of the money on the Chiefs right now. What is your lean on Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, looking around at most of the books, I think the value is really on the game total here because, sitting at that key number 3, I don't love it in a divisional matchup. Chris Jones, one of the leading defenders for the Kansas City Chiefs, is going to miss Thursday. That's going to be huge for the way this defense has been playing. Obviously this team met earlier in this season. They finished 30-24 to the Chargers. That game total was sitting at 55. So, we've already seen this tinker down a little bit to 52. I like the under here. The Chargers have gone under in every divisional game that they've played this year in the AFC West. And the Chargers are also 2-5 to the under this season after a win. Just with COVID looming, man, we don't know what else what else is going to drop as the couple of days pass by here. So I think the safe play is, take the under. Thursday night games are usually pretty underwhelming anyway. But yeah, I'm stay away from that key number 3 here. It kind of scares me. If the line moves a little bit more tighter to the Chiefs, now I loved it at 2.5. Like that was the right number. But if this starts creeping up again, I think I'm gonna stay away from it.
Yeah, this is very interesting. So I bet the Chargers at +4. I saw that number earlier today. I was like, well, that's too much value. I got to take it. I already bet the under 2. So good on you for backing me up there. I feel good about that. Even better now. I saw the same stats that you did. Love that under. I love most Chargers unders, to be honest with you. They played really well last week. They took out the Giants. I said I didn't care who was quarterback. Didn't matter. Herbert's got the strongest arm in the history of the world. And the Chiefs just keep on rocking. I mean, they're in a really good position right now. They're basically co-favorites along with the Buccaneers right now to meet in the Super Bowl or rematch in the Super Bowl. I think this will be a really good game. Lower scoring. I kind of like the Chiefs at 2.5. I think that 3 is the right number here. I think it lands there, a pretty good probability. Chargers dealing with a little bit of COVID stuff. Keenan Allen's coming off, but it looks like Rashawn Slater might miss this game, which is huge for them.
Big. That's very big.
I'll lean towards Kansas City at this 2.5 that it's sitting at right now, but don't feel great. Love the under, and I really like, now that it's at 2.5, I already bet this is +9, but Chargers is a teaser piece. I think this is going to be a close game. So if you can get totally 8.5 at home, I think this is a big teaser. Actually, I think that this week, especially given the COVID stuff, I think that teasers are going to be all over the place in play. If you think there's value on a team that's a close line right now, you might as well just tease it. Get a nice number for yourself.
Yeah, I feel that, man. And we've had a lot of success over the last few weeks doing teasers.
Big time.
Big time. I think I'm 5-0 on my teasers in the last 3 weeks. So, let's keep the good times rolling, man. And I wouldn't be surprised. I think I might have to make this. I got to find the other companion here for the Chargers. But, definitely going to throw this into a teaser piece.
Oh, don't worry. I got a lot more. They're coming. All right, let's move over to Saturday. Nothing says fun like the Raiders and the Browns. I will probably not be paying attention much to this game. Raiders +3. It was 6.5 this morning before all this Cleveland COVID news hit. If you're doing the game where you drink with us every time I say COVID, you're already blackout drunk. So maybe put down the vodka for now. Raiders +3 at Cleveland. Over under 40 right now. Ticket count 44% of the bets, 31% of the money on the Raiders. I really don't have a read in this game. I leaned towards the Raiders at that 6.5, but that number's way gone. Cleveland might be able to just run it down the Raiders' throat. I don't know if the Raiders are into the season at all anymore. Didn't look like they were last week. Browns still fighting for a playoff spot. What do you think?
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. The line shift on this one now with Cleveland at 3-point favorites. I think the value was definitely at the open here, but I don't know that I can trust the Raiders at all. They seem that they've just been in a downward spiral. Darren Waller did not practice today. I mean, with the game on Saturday, man, he's going to have to get in some practice reps, or if he's going to be out, that's going to be a huge letdown for the Raiders offense there. It's going to be more of the Hunter Renfrow show, which we know Cleveland can still play a little defense. Myles Garrett was a monster last week against the Ravens. So not much faith in Baker Mayfield. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see Case Keenum here, but that actually might be a good thing for this Browns offense. But the other problem on the other side of the ball is the Browns have so much COVID going on here. David Njoku's going to be out. Looks like Austin Hooper is going to be out as well. So we're reaching for scraps. Jarvis Landry's out. So
half of their offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, who is Nick Chubb really going to be running behind here? So, I mean, best case scenario, they give the ball to Chubb. I'm loving the under on this game. I think it's sitting at 40.5. Wouldn't be surprised with just all of the injuries mounting for this team, as well as the Raiders' inconsistencies. Probably not betting this one on the spread, but I do like the under at 40.5.
All right. Best game maybe of the weekend right here. Patriots +2.5 at the Colts, over under 45.5. Ticket count 42% of the bets, 78% of the money is on the Colts. I'm leaning the same way here. This is both teams coming off a bye. I like the Colts here a lot at the 2.5. I liked it more at the 1.5 that I bet it at a little bit earlier today. I think this is a really good matchup for them. I think if there's a team that's built like New England, that can beat New England at their own game. It is the Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have a good game. I don't think Carson Wentz is going to mess up that much. I think the fast turf benefits the Colts more than it does New England. New England's not going to be able to dirty it up as much as they would like to. Kind of like the under here, 45.5. And I really like the Patriots +8 as a teaser piece because I do think that this is a one-score game ultimately. That 8.5, I just don't see any way that this Patriots team is going to get blown out in any sort of way by the Colts. So give me the Colts at the 2.5, give me the Patriots at the 8.5, and give me that under 45.5.
Yeah, I totally agree with this one. I was rolling with the Colts as well at -2.5. I think that's the right number. Them at home, both of these teams have been really successful against the spread. The Patriots are 9-4, whereas the Indianapolis Colts are 8-5. But these teams are nearly identical. They do the same thing. They both really love to run the ball. I think the one difference is, Mac Jones has a way higher completion percentage than Carson Wentz. We know what he likes to do, throwing the ball with his left hand, and he can go erratic really quickly. But otherwise, man, it's really just been they're both focusing on the run. So you got Jonathan Taylor on one side, then you got a combination of Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson on the other. This game is going to be a slugfest, and I like the Colts to come out on top at home here. But I think you're right. This is an excellent teaser piece for the New England Patriots. Don't see Bill Belichick getting blown out very many times. And, we've seen this New England team travel very well and show up. So, yeah, coming off the bye week, he's one of those Andy Reid. It's either Andy Reid or Bill Belichick, one of those two guys coming off of a bye, man. You just don't mess with them. So I love it as a teaser piece.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We'll get to the Sunday games. Dallas, -10.5 at the Giants, over under 44.5. 48% of the bets, 59% of the money on Dallas. Sharps really like Dallas here. They think that the Giants quit. They don't trust Mike Glennon, whatever. I have to stay away from this game completely because I don't trust myself with the Giants. I keep wanting to bet them as underdogs. They may have just quit on Joe Judge. Dallas needs a win. They need a great offensive performance in a big way. Micah Parsons looking like not only the rookie of the year, but defensive player of the year as well. I lean towards Dallas here, but I'm going to stay away and hope that the over hits because I am going to need a lot of CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott has turned into like the worst fantasy quarterback of all time. I need him to step his game up this week in a big way. Saquon getting a touchdown wouldn't hurt either, but I'll bet the over 44.5 as a fun piece, but I don't necessarily believe in it, and I will not be wagering a ton of money on it.
Yeah, stay away from me as well, man. The Giants have covered in 2 of the last 3 games against Dallas. Dallas did cover 7.5 in their first meeting this season back in October, and this game did hit the over. But, as you just stated, man, Dak Prescott's been really inconsistent over the last several weeks. And Ezekiel Elliott, where you at, bro? Sitting on a milk carton somewhere. This guy looks gross. Tony Pollard's got plantar fascia injury, so good chance he's not going to play out there. So I don't know. The New York Giants defense hasn't been that bad in a divisional matchup. I feel like they're going to try to wake up just a little bit better. It's always motivation to beat the Cowboys, no matter what situation you're in. But can I back them here after what they just did last week? Absolutely not. So I lean towards you. I'm going to go to the over on this one and just hope that Dak gets it together. CeeDee Lamb, I need you. I need this in the playoff run, bro. So come through for your boy. But yeah, definitely not touching this spread.
All right. Let's go over to the grossest game of the week, and I will be placing a lot of money on this one. Houston +4 at the Jaguars, over under a disgusting 39. Ticket count right now, 32% of the bets, 60% of the money on the Jaguars. Does anyone want to bet on Urban Meyer right now? Nope. Everyone wants to bet on the Houston Texans at +3.5 in this game. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm betting on Sunshine himself, Trevor Lawrence, and Urban Meyer. I already bet it -3, -120. Now it's 3.5 or 4. I would still bet this up to 4. My number on this game is 6. I cannot trust Houston on the road. Yeah, I got the Jags in a big way in this game. Yep, that's my game. That's my number is 6.
Damn. So yeah, we were doing so well. Houston's won outright in their last 7 against the Jags. They've covered in 5 of their last 7. You stated in the beginning, man, not much more needs to be said. Urban Meyer, just more reports come out, what seems to be daily, about how much this guy is a dickhead, making fun of, making fun of the veterans, yelling at coaches. This guy is a hot mess. The only person that's on his side right now is the GM. And at this point, I just can't see this team rallying around him and actually wanting to play up, even as a favorite, which is obviously this is the first time the Jags have been favored all season. But yeah, at this point, man, Houston is 1-5 as an away dog to the under. So, at 39.5, I don't see either of these teams really scoring a lot of points, even though Davis Mills surprised everybody being a DFS darling last week, slinging the rock all over the place. But yeah, these are two bad offenses, two bad teams in general. I lean towards the points with Houston here just because I just don't know what I'm going to get out of the Jags.
You know who else is on Urban Meyer's team right now? Not just the GM. This fucking idiot right here. Let's get gross. There's nothing grosser than giving away more than a field goal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gotta do it. Gotta get gross.
I went Jacksonville. Went 3-2 last week, and one of my twos was my gross bet number 1, which is the Jags plus 9.5. And they didn't do shit. So yeah, I can't. After the Titans' offense isn't even that good, to even think that Houston could do something better. Yeah, I gotta fade this. I gotta fade this team.
Fair enough. All right, next game, Tennessee -2 at Pittsburgh, over under 41.5. Ticket count on that one. 51% of the bets, 64% of the money on the Steelers. This line has moved from 3 to 2. I think it's going to keep going towards the Steelers. I'm on the Steelers also. I don't love it, but look, this Tennessee team, they are frauds. We know it at this point. Their offense can't do much. That defense is still competent, but Pittsburgh, little mini bye, played well-ish on Thursday Night Football. Great comeback. This is a Tomlin spot. Home underdog with Tomlin. I'll take it most of the time. So, yeah, give me Pittsburgh +2. And more importantly, give me Pittsburgh +8 as that nice, juicy teaser piece. Love that one this week.
Reading my mind, man. I think that's a great teaser piece. And but I also like the Steelers outright in this one. The underdog is 4-1 their last 5 meetings between these two teams. I continue to bet on the Steelers. It was very profitable in the beginning. Hit a couple bumps in the road over the last couple of weeks. Going back to the well. Let's get it, Steelers. I do think I'm curious how the Titans game plan this, because Dalvin Cook showed you the way you beat the Steelers, and that's just running the ball all down them. We saw TJ Watt wind up leaving the game with a groin injury. Once that happened, man, those lanes just opened up. So I'm curious to see if the Titans commit to the run, as we saw that they had a lot of success there. Ben Roethlisberger tried to pull the miracle, just couldn't get it done in the end. But yeah, I think the Steelers are going to wake up a little bit more motivated playing against the Titans here.
Everyone's hating on Chase Claypool for celebrating that last catch. I loved it. Pure entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, he's a young kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was hyped up, and
his excuse afterward was the best. My center is
I was handing it to him, and my man knocked it out.
Oh, my God. That was
At least he's honest. I mean, shit. He wasn't sugarcoating it. He's like, yo, that wasn't my fault. This guy didn't touch the ball. We would have been good. I was on my way to hand it off. This guy didn't just interrupt it. So, I mean, I'm curious to see how that all plays out. But the other thing that's kind of bizarre, like, I don't know if it's his injury, but like, why wasn't he on the field for a lot of that game until like late in the second half? So I don't know. Maybe he's kind of in the doghouse already, and then he just does shit like that to reinforce why he doesn't play that much. But yeah, I'm just curious why his snaps aren't up.
Yeah, very odd, especially without Juju there. All right, Next one up on the board. Cardinals -13.5, fresh off a loss on Monday Night Football. We had the Rams. We like the Rams. Detroit.
We did.
Yeah, Detroit at home +13.5. Over under 47.5. Ticket count 66% of the bets, 83% of the money on the Cardinals in this one. Lions are going to keep fighting. You don't think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to come in here and think, oh, wow, we really got to get our game up for the Lions. The Lions fight. +13.5. I'll take it. Small bet. I don't want to get all the way into this one. But yeah, give me 13.5. Kind of like the under 47.5 also. I do not think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
I have no read on this game. News dropped today that James Conner is scheduled for an MRI. Good thing is Chase Edmonds was supposed to be coming off the IL last week. He didn't. So there's a good chance if James Conner is out that he might come in there, slide in there as the running back. But yeah, D-Hop came up came up a little bit hobbled at the end of the game there. He'll probably give it a go. He always tends to play even if he's on a pitch count. But yeah, I'm not mad at this. It's definitely in gross territory when you're back in the Detroit Lions at any point in this season. But yeah, I don't really see many people getting hyped up to play Detroit, even if it's, after a loss. I know they want to get back on the right track here, but it's not going to take much to beat this Detroit team.
You're Arizona. You're in like 70-degree weather in December. Who the hell wants to go to Detroit and deal with that crap, even if the game is inside? So I think they're just going to be miserable on that trip, try to escape with a win, but they're not going to be trying their hardest for sure.
Yeah, I mean, speaking in general, who really wants to go to Detroit ever? So, yeah, at this point, why are you going to leave Arizona to go to Detroit? Yeah, it kind of sucks. So get in, get out, get the W, be out.
Fair point. All right, next game, Carolina plus 10.5 at Buffalo, over under 43.5. Ticket count in this one. 78% of the bets, 94% of the money is on the Bills. I like the Bills too. I think that this is a spot where we saw the second half there. If you just get Josh Allen the ball and let him run, and you don't need any other running game, but you commit to him running the ball all over the place, you can do really well. I think that they're going to do that against a Carolina team that looks like they have quit PJ Walker and Cam Newton. That is absolutely not the business here. I kind of lean towards the over 43.5, but maybe Carolina doesn't score in this game at all. But I will definitely take Buffalo minus 10.5 in this one.
10.5 seems a bit hefty to me. Still pissed off about the bad beat. God damn it. Like, you just don't give Tom Brady the opportunity. But I don't know.
Yep.
Rashad Perryman, when's the last time he balled out like that? So great play, probably stamped Tom Brady's MVP campaign. But the Bills, we saw something, a little bit of life out of Josh Allen. I think Emmanuel Sanders came up hurt. Shouts to Gabe Davis. That's our guy.
Yeah.
Coming through, got another touchdown. So yeah, I'm not surprised if the Bills come out the victor in this one. I just don't know about 10.5. But the game plan by Matt Rule, yeah, very, very mysterious here, thinking that you can start two quarterbacks and it's going to work out for you. So maybe that's just smokescreen. But yeah, not much offense being generated out of the Panthers here. And DJ Moore left the game or it was on a pitch count with a hamstring injury. So if he misses the time, good luck. You're throwing to Robbie Anderson. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, and Robbie Anderson almost died last week running over the middle, so it's not exactly you have a great situation at a receiver right now. Just seems like whenever Buffalo gets it home and they're going to win, and we're pretty sure they're going to win, they blow teams out. So, yeah, the number's high, but if you said that to me that Buffalo's going to win this game by 30, I wouldn't be surprised at all, even though this Carolina defense is pretty good. So I'll bet on Buffalo in this one. All right, Jets plus 8.5 at Miami, over under 42.5. Ticket count on this one, 70% of the bets, 86% money on Miami. Don't really have a huge take in this one, although at 8.5, bringing Miami down to 2.5, given the way that they've been playing, that might be a little tasty. Don't have a read on the over-under here, but give me Miami 2.5 as a teaser piece. I think that's pretty safe.
Yeah, Miami is covered in the last 6 games versus the Jets. And then you got Tua, who's actually surprisingly been, we've been pretty critical of Tua throughout this year, but he's actually been playing pretty well. Yeah, he has been one of the better quarterbacks over the last several weeks of the season. And he gets Devontae Parker back, which is huge. One question mark I do have is what's going on in the running back room for the Miami Dolphins here. It seems like Myles Gaskin and Savon Ahmed are not going to be there. And Philip Lindsay just got in the COVID protocols too. So Malcolm Brown, maybe he comes back.
Jared Doakes time, baby.
Oh, we're talking some dynasty talk now. I like it. I got him stashed in a couple taxi spots. I've been waiting for it. So would love to see it. But yeah, I like it as the Jets as a teaser piece. Feel that. Or sorry, the Miami Dolphins has teased them down just to get the outright win here. And yeah, I'm with that.
All right. Let's go to the Birds. Washington plus 4.5 at the Eagles, over under 44.5. Ticket count on that one, 46% of the bets, 58% of the money on the Eagles. I tend to agree with them. We've ridden the Washington football team as far as we can. We don't know who's starting at quarterback. It looks like it might be Kyle Allen. They are going through a bunch of COVID crap. This team, you might want to jump on this bet right now with the Eagles minus 4.5 before this line goes up. I'm going to do the same. Like 44 or like the 4.5, and I kind of lean towards the under 44.5. I'm not sure that Washington's going to be able to score. Scary Terry dealing with his own concussion issue. Antonio Gibson, I don't know. Can he score 20 points by himself? I don't think so. So yeah, give me the Birds 4.5 and the under 44.5.
Yeah, it's the battle of the 6 and 7 teams, and the Eagles have covered in 6 of their last 10 matchups against the football team. They're 3-1 as a favorite this season. And as you stated, football team got hit pretty hard with injuries with Taylor Heineke and F1 McLaurin. So yeah, to me, this is I'm backing the Birds all day. 4.5 points. Let me get that. That they're gonna overtake Washington football team in the division here. And if you're in fantasy football, the Eagles have a couple tasty matchups, especially with the situation that's going on in Washington the last few weeks of the playoffs. So yeah, I think the Birds are going to scoop up a couple nice wins here at the end of the season against the football team.
All right, I like it. Next game, Bengals +2 at the Denver Broncos. We loved the Broncos last week. Smashed that. That was a great win for us. Over under 43.5. Ticket count, 79% of the bets, 80% of the money on the Bengals. I love the Bengals too, but these numbers all scaring me. I just don't trust the Denver. Look, hugely emotional game last week. They got it done versus the Lions. They're running the ball great. The Bengals defense, pretty good. They didn't allow a ton of rushing yards to the 49ers. Impressive comeback. I love watching Burrow play, even when he's crap for the first 3 quarters. That dude has a ton of heart. He's going to be a really, really good player in this league for a long time. Jamar Chase, absolute savage. He's great. T. Higgins. I think that Cincinnati can do some things to this Denver defense to put them on their heels. I like the over 43.5 in this one. I think this is a get-right spot for the Bengals. I don't fully trust it. I like the Bengals +8 as a teaser piece. I think this will be a 1-score game. I don't know. What do you think?
Love it as a teaser piece. I'm seeing the range of the spreads anywhere from +1 for the Bengals to all the way up to +2. So it's nearing that pick'em territory. But I like Cincinnati in this game. I think we saw a lot out of Joe Burrow playing with that injured thumb. He looked like he was straight, man. He was dropping dimes. I mean, even had a couple of drop balls on the Cincinnati side of the ball. Big question is what's going to happen with Joe Mixon. I think they're really going to need him to step up. He's been kind of lackluster over the last couple of weeks dealing with some injuries. But, this defense really needs to get it together. Fortunately, you're playing against a Denver Broncos team that doesn't really do much through the air. This team is really prevalent or really relying on the run, as we saw Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams both go off. So, yeah, I like the Bengals in this spot, man. I think even though they're playing on the road, they'll figure out a way to get it done and remain competitive in this AFC North chase.
All right. On the same page there. Let's see if we are the next one. Atlanta +9.5 at San Francisco, over under 46. Ticket count, 74% of the bets, 92% of the money on the 49ers. I already put the 49ers when it was at 8.5 into a bunch of teaser pieces. Love that. I also bet it at 8.5, which I'm a little shaky on now. I wish I could take it back. Can't, unfortunately. I think that Shanahan's going to have a great plan for his former quarterback, Matt Ryan. I don't think they're going to score a ton of points. San Francisco's rolling right now. We know Shanahan's stats as a home favorite. It's not great, which is scaring me off here. And that all of the money, and I'm assuming a lot of public money, is coming in on the 49ers, given the way that they've been playing. But this Atlanta team coming off of a win, we know that they stink. Now they have to travel to San Francisco. That's not going to be easy. So I feel great about the teaser part of this. Don't feel as great about the number, but I definitely lean towards San Francisco in this spot.
Too many points for San Francisco, man. Jimmy G just implodes. And as impressed as I was by George Kittle over the last couple of weeks, man, damn, he's just making a lot of plays, looking super dynamic in that passing game. I think it's too many points, and I think the Atlanta Falcons have proven over the last several of weeks that they're competent enough to get it done. They're 5-2 against the spread after a loss, as well as 5-2 on the road as a dog. So, or at least on the road, excuse me. So yeah, I think that the Atlanta Falcons can do something here. They got their own little Debo Samuel and Cordarrelle Patterson, and I think that this team that hasn't really that's the problem with San Francisco is that they haven't been healthy all season. So this team can be beaten on defense. It's just a matter of whether Jimmy G is going to step up, and I think they can keep it within 9.5 points. So I'm gonna roll with the Atlanta Falcons on this one.
Fair enough. Green Bay -5 at Baltimore. Not sure we're going to see Lamar Jackson in this game. Great game by Tyler Huntley to get them the cover. Almost brought him all the way back. Over under in this one, 43.5. That seems awfully low. So maybe I'm missing something there. Ticket count right now, 83% of the bets, 89% of the money is on the Packers. If Lamar's playing, +5 for the Ravens is an auto bet for me. Absolutely. I don't know if he is. I don't know when we're going to know. The Packers are a covering machine. Even if they're down by a bazillion points to the Bears in the first half, they just come back rolling. We did see some cracks in that Packers defense. There were a lot of long touchdowns in that game, so maybe it's something that Baltimore can take advantage of. Lean towards the +5. I do think Lamar's going to play. It is a light sprained ankle. I think he's going to be able to move around a little bit. So I'll lean towards the +5, lean towards the over 43.5. Don't feel great about any of it.
Don't feel great about the over at 43.5, but I feel great about Lamar Jackson playing. There's too much at stake here for the Ravens. I think John Harbaugh has already said that he's expecting Lamar Jackson to play. He has surprised us a couple of times with his bubble guts. But, now that this is associated with an ankle injury, I think he'll find a way to get out on the field. +5, man, give me the Ravens here in this spot. The Green Bay Packers are for real, but anytime you get a dynamic person like Lamar Jackson on the other side of the ball, it's going to make things a little bit interesting. And when we saw Baltimore last week, they almost pulled it off, but just fell short. So, with Lamar Jackson, I think he knows what's at stake here in the division to keep their playoff hopes alive. And, I'm going to go with the Ravens here.
All right. We are on the same page with that one. 3 more games left. Seattle now +4.5 after all of the COVID news in LA. Rams -4.5. The game is at SoFi. Over under 45. Ticket count. No ticket count because they took it down. This line moved from 6.5 to 4.5 with all the movement. So at 6.5, I really liked the Seahawks. Maybe the Rams is a teaser piece, honestly, if you want to bring it down to a half. But given all of the Rams COVID stuff and that it was a big win, I know they still need wins, but they're a little bit more comfortable. I lean towards Seattle +4.5. I like what I saw last week, even though it was a bad team. It was a get right spot for them. I like that Russ was airing it out again. I like that Lockett got back in it. I like that Rashad Penny finally turned up for the first time in 4 years. He looked great, so he'll be injured in the first half, but maybe he'll get a couple nice carries in before. These are divisional tight games, so yeah, give me 4.5 with the Seahawks. Don't have any read on the over/under though.
Dude, this is probably one of the most murky situations that's happening this week, is because the Rams came out and said that they're in some kind of special protocol that I didn't even know existed for the NFL at this point. They have some star players that are already in the protocols, and I'm actually wondering if there's a chance that they're not going to be able to have enough players. They're going to be bringing up a lot of practice squatters. So if this game goes on and it continues to get worse for the Rams, I think you're pounce on the Seattle Seahawks now, because that number is only going to go up, get closer for Seattle being the favorites here. As long as Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp are good, though, I feel decent about teasing the Rams down to get a victory here. But until I know with certainty that they're not affected by this, you got to imagine, man, if Tyler Higbee was ruled out really late, to tell me that he wasn't somewhere in a room eating or around Stafford at some point, or even the receivers. It's Odell Beckham also just went into the protocol. Yeah. So yeah, I have no clue what's going on in LA. But at this point, if the game is still going on, I'm betting Seattle. Just has to be.
Yep. Fair enough. I'm with you. All right, let's go to Sunday Night Football. Saints +10.5 at Tampa Bay, over under 46.5. Ticket count, 37% of the bets and 46% of the money is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We know what the Saints do to Tampa Brady. That being said, I don't really like what I saw out of the Saints and what they're going to be able to do against this Tampa Bay defense. I think Tampa Bay's, we've been on them for a while, or at least I have. I bet them every week. Last week was lucky to get it, but I think they're just a different team right now. So I'll lay the 10.5 with Tom Brady. I think it's going to happen. So give me 10.5.
Well, after news of Kevin James playing,
yeah, oh my God, how does Sean Payton let that happen? It's the worst movie preview I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, I thought it was fake. I thought Kevin James was just fucking around. I didn't know what to expect out of that. Anyway, yeah, 11 points, 11-point dogs. That's a lot for a divisional matchup.
Huge.
But I've been wrong about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've been fading their wide double-digit spreads, and they've just been crushing folks ever since then. Seems like ever since they lost to the football team coming out of that bye, they've just been demolishing folks. And Leonard Fournette, damn, dude is just balling out,
Monster.
looking great. Chris Godwin looking unbelievable. And Mike Evans, the most consistent wide receiver in the league for catching touchdowns. Dude just continues to do it week in and week out. With this defensive line, I don't know what the hell Taysom Hill is actually going to be able to do. He really can't throw the ball that much. It took him a while to get points on the board against the Jets, and it wound up being a late 50-yard scramble to kind of put the game out of reach. So to me, I got to back Tampa Bay here.
And anytime that I get Brady in a situation where he has some sort of revenge, he lost the Saints in New Orleans last time.
Right.
I got to do it. I have to do it. Even though it's the antithesis of gross, which is not what I usually like to do. But this part of the season, let's roll with Tampa Bay. All right, Monday Night Football, Vikings -3.5 at the Chicago Bears, over under 44. Ticket count, 42% of the bets, 59% of the money on the Bears. I'm completely lost in this one, to be honest with you. I think that you could use the Bears as a teaser piece up to 9.5 here. I think the Vikings are going to win, but we know that what Vikings do. They had a great win on Thursday night. They looked awesome on offense. I know they let the Steelers back in, but they looked great. Jefferson and Cook, absolute monsters. Kirk was slinging it around. I am tempted to bet the Bears, honestly, just because of the Vikings letdown, but I can't quite get myself to pull the trigger. Even though the Bears offense did show some nice things against Green Bay on Sunday night.
Yeah, I don't know which way to lean on this one either. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like the Vikings, after that amazing showing by Dalvin Cook, career night, I got to expect that now they know, like, just give this man the rock. He's playing on freaking, two torn labrum on each shoulder. Like, this guy literally can't do anything else to prove to their staff that he needs to get the ball and that he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. So I think that was like a huge boost to their morale. Coming off of a win, an important win against a really good, a decent Steelers team. I think they keep it rolling here. Chicago played really well. I think we're really surprised to see how well Justin Fields took that leap up. Had a pretty good game against a really good defense. But I think that this is going to be a good divisional matchup where we'll see the Vikings actually get their shit together. I've been brutally critical of Mike Zimmer. Almost lost it again, but against this young Bears team, I think that they'll figure out a way to get it done.
All right. So we're leaning towards the Vikings. So we will talk about this more on our Best Bets show, which is coming later this week. Can't wait to talk about those and figure out where these lines go. Everybody stay safe out there. Don't get the COVIDs. Avoid it. Don't be like every NFL player right now. Enjoy the holidays too. We will be later this best. And then, Dan, let's go make some winning bets, baby.
Let's get it.